Come with us into another world, on another plane, another dimension. Follow me into total insanity. Boop, 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 boop. Total insanity. Total insanity here once again. It is I, Leo Ziva, and it is you. Say your name here. Oh, wait.
Phil Meisner.
You disappeared from that thing. Okay. Sorry. I can't switch. Okay, I switched to the... Okay. Anyway. I have to look at... If I look at the rundown, it takes you away. I don't care. I have to look at it. I still don't understand why it works that way. We need to do the poem by Sun Ra. This is a brilliant poem by Sun Ra. I would like everyone to take it in. See, I had a checklist for the show, but I forgot about the Sun Ra poem. So, while I find this,
part of the show,
entertain everyone while I find this. Actually, yeah, I already found it, but you can... I found it. Anyway, forget about that.
Hey, why don't we start the show? Why don't we?
How about we do that? A natural free. A man wants to be a natural free, not to languish in a cell, hidden from the world, unkempt, with harassed soul. A man wants to be a natural free, as it were meant that he should be, as it were right that he should be. A man wants to be a natural free, so he can be. Thank you. That's Sun Ra, and there you go.
I loved it.
I like that a lot, Leo. Even though I'm not technically a man and I'm an alien creature, I understand.
Yeah, dude, of course. That goes out for all women, too. It doesn't have to just be man. That goes out for women. He used man in the colloquial term. Is the colloquial the right word there?
The comprehensive term?
I'm not sure if colloquial is the right word there, Leo, but I have some breaking news coming in hot. Coming in fast. Hold on, Al. We're not ready for your breaking news right now. Hold on 1 second.
I gotta get prepared.
Phil, were you saying something?
I was just saying that it's comprehensive. It's like the royal version of man. Human.
Yes, yes.
Man
humankind.
Creature. Not just man as a gender.
Creature kind.
Sure.
Anyway, okay, Al, you have breaking news? Yeah, what is it? Leo, this is actually very important breaking news. This is Asbestos Albatross on the scene. We're getting word of the imminent release of Nathaniel Superfly. I've been in contact with the Legend of Luke Myers within the mainframe from the ethereal realms, the ethereal planes, and it is said that we have the technology to transport Nathaniel Superfly out of his holding cell into the studio today. Wow. Al, are you serious, dude? That's freaking awesome. Superfly will be freed. Superfly will be free.
You better be.
Okay. So, do you have any other information on this, Al, or is that pretty much it? Al B, I should say. Well, Leo, that's about it. Okay. And the music stopped there, didn't it? Oh, yeah. Take away the graphic. Okay. Well, no, I like that it says totally live. Okay. Oh yeah, I was looking at the chat. Phil, entertain me, please. Will do. You said that already. Jill loves Al A.
Oh, you. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm LA. Thank you, Jill.
Who's Jill? Well,
Jill would be Meg's mom.
okay, cool. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Jill.
Well, I'm
You're
glad
on
to hear.
Total Insanity.
I'm glad to hear Asbestos Albatross from you that Nathaniel Superfly will be free. Just to catch everybody up real quick, if you haven't watched every episode of the show, Nathaniel Superfly was a super hacker, take down the show of Total Insanity. Eventually, we realized that he was my alter ego. We were transported into the mainframe. He basically became a quote-unquote good guy. He's a friend of the show. He got captured by, because of his hacking ways, he got captured by nefarious forces. He's been in a mysterious holding cell. But now, in the same way that I was teleported to the mainframe in Total Insanity, the retrospective available now on YouTube, we will now transport Nathaniel Superfly through the mainframe into the studio. Those were dark times. Okay. So next up, our next segment.
Happy that he's coming because I've got some technical issues that I'd like to get fixed. So it'll be kind of nice to have a hacker expert on the show.
Dude, who knows what he can do now?
Do you think that the reason I don't want to upset Al here, but anyway, just a little inside baseball. Do you think the reason we have any issues at all are because Nathaniel Superfly is just not able to like protect the stream anymore now that he's like captured?
He originally went after the stream, so he certainly knows the inner workings of the computerized framework.
He's got access.
It's possible. It's possible also the forces keeping him, holding him, could be trying to sabotage the stream as well. Even though we are cloaked right now under Skunk Ape's cloaking mechanism. You see, you might think, okay, if these forces are after Nate, why don't they just get him again from the show? The stream has been cloaked by Skunk Ape's majestic powers. Thus,
yeah, you see,
yes.
Well, I always thought that. Okay, so we have Skunk Ape, and that's like the magical side.
Yes.
The supernatural. But then, what about the like mechanical,
true
hacking side, like the intelligent technology side?
True, the balance of both forces. That's why we need Nate to keep up the firewall updated, tip-top shape, and yeah. Because, of course, people are going to be trying to get us. Of course, Conrad is going to be coming after us.
Naturally.
Freaking F Conrad, man.
And he's going to be trying everything, so it's going to be coming from all angles.
F Conrad.
Yeah, he is, man.
Yeah, preach.
Look, I have a Phil special angle. Only a Phil. That's great. I have a Leo special angle. Only of Leo. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so it's about time. Let's move on to our segment. What would you do with infinite money? Do. Oh, wait. Where's the music? See, I have this open. Let's play some music here. This is a very smooth jam. Jelly and preserves.
It's fresh off the factory floor.
This might be more low-key for this, but I want to play it because I don't know when. Maybe I'll play it during another part of the show. Anyway, if the chat wants to chime in, what would they do with infinite money? This is the point to do so if you want to. First, let's ask Albatross what you would do with infinite money. I don't think you've been part of this segment before. Oh yeah, Leo. With infinite money, well, I think I would help out all the people with lung health and respiratory issues due to my exposure to asbestos. I have a soft spot in my heart for that. I spent many a year campaigning for this, and so I would simply use all of that money to help the people with respiratory problems, especially from asbestos exposure. Wow, that's actually a really just nice thing now.
Yeah, it's a noble cause.
Yeah. You got anything, Phil? If you don't, I'll go to Al next. Al A.
Let me think about it further. I know I got something.
Okay. Al A. Wait, Megan Meisner says, if I had infinite money, I would have an in-ground pool, a reading room, and lots of plants.
That sounds
Very believable.
beautiful. That sounds like a nice little time. You can read around the plants. You can go take a dip in the pool. A nice relaxing day on the space station. Well, you know, for me it would be on the space station. Anyway. What would I do with infinite money? I think I would buy all the movies on all the streaming services so I could watch them all and catch up on human culture to understand your planet further.
That's a pretty good thing.
I think that I would most likely end up getting an Amazon subscription thing for like chocolate bars all around the world, just from different.
Dude, that's pretty good.
So as soon as I run out, like the subscription just sends me another one. Or remember when they had those buttons where you could just hit the button and it would like send one out? I think it was like for like toilet paper. You could like
I don't remember.
get a Charmin button. Yeah. That was a
Whoa.
weird thing to try where it was like as soon as you needed one, you just hit the button
Whoa.
and it was like auto buy
Dude,
and it's shit.
if that button malfunctions, that's me hitting the
Yeah,
button.
you just get pallets and pallets.
But if you had infinite money, it doesn't matter.
That'd be good for
Besides the
coronavirus,
storage space.
Yeah.
So I've been biding my own time to think about what I would do with infinite money. And I think what I would do would be to buy a giant Matroska doll, Russian nesting doll, life size. And then I always wanted to go as small as you can, like when you take the different pieces apart. So it would be so big that there'd be like so many inside. They would go slightly down in size, so there'd be like 50 different. When you spread it out, it would go across the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, did you have like a number of the levels?
50.
Because also, that's a good number. I was thinking 100, but
100 could be good. That could be the next.
100.
If it's infinite money, why not?
Yeah, the other thing is you can just start at a small size, just start building them on top. Like you'll just keep buying new ones that fit on the outside.
And they become bigger and bigger until it's the
them.
world's largest. Like the world's largest Buddha. I don't know why. I think I saw things on Instagram of giant Buddhas. Anyway. Okay. I watched Hackers this week. Speaking of Nathaniel Superfly. The movie from 19-something. It was pretty cartoonish. But it was pretty entertaining. I guess I'm just bringing this up to talk about random stuff. Either way, I'm excited for Nate Superfly coming back. Do you know, Al, when he's coming back at any time? Oh, we just have word of his imminent release. We don't know exactly the moment he'll be coming back, but I get word that within the hour, within the streaming showtime, he will be returning. So it could be a surprise at any moment. Okay, thank you, Al. Appreciate that. I'm just calling everybody Al still. I guess I need to say Al B. Anyway.
That might be helpful. But I'm actually excited for him to be to get out because I actually would like to know what he would want to do with infinite money.
Oh, yeah. We can always tie back to him later when he's here. Okay. Can anything go wrong? Are you sure they can come back, or could something happen? Well, of course, Leo, there's always problems and snags that could go when teleporting people through the mainframe, especially out of top secret high security facilities. Either way, Legend of Luke's telling me that things are looking good and that he should be here pretty assuredly. Okay, thank you. We did promote that he would be back on the show this week, so he better be back. He has an important segment coming up.
I mean, the Legend of Luke, you can't really go wrong.
True. He is the legend that saved us all from Y2K. That's another callback. Anyway. Okay, well, next up, we got Francis and Friends episode 2. Are we ready to premiere this? I don't think it needs an introduction unless you'd like to give an introduction. I always ask you. I feel like I talk too much sometimes, and then I'm like, I want you to talk more, but I don't want to be talking too much. Interrupt me if you ever need to.
You got it. I don't think I need to. I believe the episode speaks for itself.
Let me turn off this music so it won't compete with it.
As long as you've got a sense of humor, you'll find it funny.
Exactly. Okay. Get your senses of humor ready. Here we go.
It's Francis and friends, always together, but that only depends if they haven't been fighting or want to compete. It's a world of friendship, fulfilled and complete. Start with each other from now to the end. This is the story of Francis and friends.
Last time on Francis and Friends, Archibald was in debt up to his eyeballs. Luckily for Archibald, he is a very, very rich king. Money is no object. And because he has a cape-like robe, he can fly. Sweet. So, with the use of his cape-like robe, he and Joey fly into the endless pit. They pick up Francis, who, by the way, is French, and rescue him from endless falling. Francis is so cheerful that he hops up into the air. He's normally used to jumping up into the air, on account of he's done it a lot, but this was no ordinary jump/hop into the air. When he hopped/leaped, he fell back into the endless pit. It was endless falling for Francis. Joey and Archibald had to save him again. He was again cheerful for his second rescue, but thought better than to leap/skip into the air. Joey and King Archibald decided to put a net inside the pit with a ladder up the side. That way, when, not if, on account of they figure it'll happen again, Francis, the dumb French guy, who's French, falls into the pit, he can get himself out. Will Francis try another skip/jump, resulting in his inevitable fall into the endless pit? Find out next time on Francis and Friends.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. That ending music, just beautiful.
Smooth as ever, yeah.
Beautiful. Great episode. Funny episode. Great music. Great animation. And just praises all around. This is Talking Francis and Friends, the after show. Francis and Friends. We don't have to have this every time. I'm just trying to kill time.
It's Friends of Francis and Friends, I think. Could be good.
Friends of Francis and Friends. I knew this show would be a little light at the beginning until Nate comes, which I think can fill out a good chunk. Anyway. It's been cold out there in Florida. Warm your hands together very quickly to create... I'm really hot now. See, that gets you really hot.
I got the heat running in my house, so actually it's fine.
Okay, yeah, he fell back into the pits. It's pretty wild, but that was an ingenious net plan to save him from the pit.
Those guys know what they're doing.
I think definitely so. Al, how did you like the episode?
I like the episode quite a bit. I think it's even a step up from the first episode. I'm excited to see what comes next.
Cool. Okay. Thank you, Al.
Yep.
Asbestos Albatross.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that, he's got the right sense of humor, so he understands
Exactly.
slapstick.
Exactly. Excuse me, blowing my nose.
Abley, what are you talking about up there?
Yeah, there is a Three Musketeers resemblance. That's so very true. Okay. Now. Well, Al B. I guess gotta say Albatross. Do you have any word on Nate yet? When's he coming, man? We have word that we don't know when he's coming, except that he's coming sometime within the show. Okay, man. I guess I shouldn't be so frustrated with you. You've done a lot of important reporting, so I appreciate what you've done.
But if he comes at the end of the show, that'll be like totally anticlimactic.
Yeah, exactly.
So that can't happen.
Well, Al, while we're waiting for him to come, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom. So just keep the show going without me, for right now. I'll be back in a little bit.
No.
Oh wait, this is where supposedly Nate will come through, just to show you that. Okay. Anyway, I'll be back in a sec.
I mean, when nature calls, you got to get going. What a beautiful shot of a door. I think that that for those that don't know, Nathaniel Superfly is a really important character in the grand scheme of things, in the narrative that what's going on. You remember Anti-Corruption Day. The problem with that was there was so much corruption. And I think that's actually what was able to capture Nathaniel Superfly in the beginning in the first place. Wait a minute. What is that what I think? Is it did he make it in? Albie was right.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Nathaniel?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello? It's Nate.
Superfly?
Nate Superfly, right in the flesh.
No way.
You know it.
I actually wasn't sure if you were going to be able to get through. But I mean, I knew Legend of Luke, but I was just afraid that there was going to be way more time. I thought it was going to be way harder.
No, dude. Once he gets me transported through the mainframe, it's light speed. It's right there. Where's Leo?
Oh, you just missed him. He's in the bathroom.
What the heck? Of course, just like him to leave at an important moment. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you, Albatross. I won't need this hood up anymore. I don't need to. I'm not evil anymore. I got this great new hat.
Well, I'm glad to have you. Welcome.
Actually, who are you? I don't believe we've formally met.
I'm Phil. Did you?
I don't mean to be rude.
You wouldn't have seen last week's episode. Okay, I'm the new co-host of the show.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? Leo talked about you before. I think I know. Yeah. You guys worked on stuff together. Old
We
friend.
go way back. Oh
Yeah.
No, we're friends for a long time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Okay. Albatross, nice to see you again. Thanks a lot for bringing me here. Oh, you know it. We can turn off this breaking news stuff now. I'm just so glad you're back. I hope your ride with the Legend of Luke was smooth through the mainframe. Yeah, smooth as ever, you know, man. You know me. I navigate the mainframe all the time. Okay. What's up? What's up, my alien guy?
Oh, hey, I like your hat.
Thanks. Okay. Well, while I'm here, at least part, I've got an important report to make. Wait, you already have a presentation this quickly? You just got out of your confinement. Well, what can I say, man? I had a lot of time in confinement. Okay. Well, let me bring my presentation up. Let's get some music going. Shall we get some music going in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I can't see a thing with these sunglasses. It's pretty bright. Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's as bright out here as it is in the mainframe.
Dude, the mainframe's crazy bright. If you don't have eye protection, you could lose your sight if you go naked eye in the mainframe for too long.
That's why I got my protection right here.
Nice. Leo went through the mainframe without any of the mainframe and looked cool. Like this. Excuse my non-preparedness, but this is the first time I'm on the show, you know. Well, the first time I'm on the show in a while.
And might I add, quite welcome.
Thank you. Okay, well, it's time to go into the presentation. What's chat saying over here? They're not saying anything about me. I guess they don't even care that I've saved Total Insanity before. They don't even care. But they still see me as the evil guy, I guess. They still see me as, I'm the evil guy. I'm Nate Superfly. I hacked the stream. I'm the problem, okay? The government wants to capture me. I'm the person. I'm trying to save the world from the digital oligarchs.
It's hard to make the switch in your mind. Like, I remember the hard times. So, you know, you switching, coming together with Leo, and helping the stream continue on rather than end.
Yes, thank you.
It's
you understand me, Phil.
I think information gets lost in the fray. So
you understand me. Thank you, Phil. I love you already.
You looking awfully lot like Leo.
Al, didn't you hear that we're alter egos? We look very similar. Jeez, man. God. Okay. Let's get to this presentation already. Where the heck is it?
yeah, what do you got for us?
It's in this beautiful folder right here. It's the John Lennon Assassination conspiracy presentation.
Ooh.
Get ready for this. Okay. Let me switch to my desktop view. Okay. There we go. You're not supposed to see this music. Okay. Stop this music. This music is from freesound.org. It better not copyright strike. Is it gonna play?
I mean,
Okay. This is Rachmaninoff digital piano version. Okay. The Assassination of John Lennon. Nathaniel Superfly presents The Assassination of John Lennon, a conspiracy of silence. First, who is John Lennon? Well, he's a pretty funny guy, as you can see here, walking in this photo. This is him walking in 1971. He is a really good musical artist. He was in The Beatles. He had a very famous bromance with Paul McCartney, another Beatle. And of course, there were two other Beatles, but he didn't have as much of a bromance with them, but they were all good bros. Sometimes he was mean, but he had a very tough childhood. So like, you know, I think he... I won't go into it too much here, but his dad, like, left. His mom also left. And he lived with, like, an aunt. And then his mom and him reconnected, and they were having, like, amazing times together. And then she got hit by a car and died. And then John Lennon was sad even more. And he met his bro Paul, and they made the Beatles. But then I think he even says in a song, I used to be cruel to my woman or something like that. I'm not going to go in any more than that, but we need to see both sides of the man. He also liked peace and love, especially later in life. He made a lot of songs about all you need is love. He had campaigns with this woman here named Yoko Ono. He was obsessed with Yoko Ono. I think by all accounts, whatever you think of Yoko Ono, good or bad, he was definitely obsessed with Yoko Ono. Some could say in love with her. Some could say in both. So that's that. the fateful night. How much do you guys know about the assassination night in general? If anybody wants to, or I'm just trying to get the crowd interaction. It's, Albatross, you heard about this? Oh yeah, I've heard a little bit about it. In 1980, he was shot by a lone gunman, they say. Yeah, that's the official story. Let's go back to the presentation, shall we? John and Yoko were coming home from the studio to their apartment, the recording studio, to their apartment in the Dakota Building, New York City, December 1980. As they walked through the hotel's archway, this is the standard narrative as reported by the mainstream media. Mark David Chapman, reportedly obsessed with killing different celebrities. He had talked about killing certain political people. He had talked about other celebrities, even Paul McCartney, other people. But Lennon was the most recent obsession, and being in New York City, I guess he decided to act upon it. And Lennon was shot 4 times. Chapman fired 5 bullets, and he got Lennon 4 times. After Chapman had got Lennon's autograph earlier in the day. Very strange behavior. The doorman, Jose Perdomo. Why am I clipping now when I wasn't clipping before? I don't know. I don't understand, but okay, fine. How did this volume got turned up all the way? That's how. How did the heck did that happen? It got turned up 6 decibels.
I'm telling you, they're like in the stream.
Nobody touched that Logic fader. Nobody touched it.
Not from the outside.
Oh, it boils my blood. Okay. But I'm supposed to be a nice guy now. Don't be so... Hey, man, I was in this confinement. I'm a little bit on edge. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway.
Hey, man, it's cool.
The doorman...
Like you just need a couple breaths.
Thank you. Thank you. Should I be in this shot right here? With this... Should this have been set up? Let me put in...
Oh, just hack in real quick and
I'm hacking
fix
in
it
right
up.
now. I'm hacking in right now. I'm just going to put... I don't care if it's not green screened out. I just want to be here with you guys up in the corner. So get ready for that. Okay.
You put yourself in one of the windows.
Now. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to bore you with the details for too long, but the doorman, Jose Perdomo, as I said his name so many times, he reportedly shook the revolver out of Chapman's hand and kicked it across the pavement. When police arrived, he was the one that told the police that Chapman had shot Lennon. Chapman oddly did not try to flee and remained at the scene, calmly reading The Catcher in the Rye until the police arrived. Police found Lennon lying face down, which is why face down? We'll get to this later. In the lobby as he was rushed to the hospital, but pronounced dead as he arrived, sadly. He was shot with... Anyway, I don't want to... This is somewhat dark stuff, but anyway. Strange things, oddities and anomalies. So this was some years before anything happened, but John Lennon, when he was active politically, he was involved. We'll get into some of his activities. He once said to whoever the heck Paul Krasner is, I think some type of journalist or somebody, listen, Liverpool, listen, if anything happens to Yoko and me, it was not an accident. That's more Paul McCartney. I can't, but you get the idea. We're going to look into some questions. Who is this doorman? Jose Perdomo. Who is Mark David Chapman? We're going to look into some inconsistencies in the reports, and as I mentioned earlier, I left this out of the main narrative to simplify things, but some of the workers at the hotel were saying that they were trying to help him make a tourniquet or patch his blood, or if they were there trying to help him, why was he still face down? Why was Lennon lying face down when supposedly they were trying to... Wouldn't they turn him around and try to... Then again, if he was shot in the back, maybe that's a bad... If I say anything and you'd like to call me out on it, please feel free to do so. Okay. I'm not trying to tell you, I'm just going to present my findings. I had a lot of time to research this in captivity. So first, to answer the first question, who is Jose Perdomo? This is where things get a little weird. So he is a Cuban exile with CIA ties. He was a Cuban police officer who went into exile after Castro took power. I'm just reading the PowerPoint. You're not supposed to do this. That's what I tell my students not to do, but I'm going to do it. He was my students. Forget that. That's a different thing I'm talking about. He was recruited by the CIA, my arch nemesis. He recruited many of the members of Operation 40, supposedly some type of hit squad. You can look this up on Wikipedia. Not that Wikipedia is, the only thing. He was a member of I can't speak today, man. Brigade 2506 during the Bay of Pigs invasion. One of the first officers heard the shots with his partner. He was one of two of the officers to arrive on the scene. When he first arrived, he did not believe that Chapman had shot Lennon. Colin believed it had been someone else at the Dakota, but Padermo was the one who convinced Colin that it had been Chapman. While other medical professionals and other people on the scene were mentioned and have given interviews and have done things, no mainstream media mentioned Perdomo's name until March 1987, 7 years after. And there's never been interviews or any released police testimony from him, specifically, while many others, including hotel and hospital staff, have shared their details. Odd? Do you guys think there's anything odd here yet? Is it just me? Is it just me? I just heard Jonathan say yes from outside of my door. He can hear every word I say. But I can't.
He came through the mainframe?
I don't know what's going on out there. Where the heck's Leo? I thought he was going to the bathroom. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, maybe you know what happened? I think Jonathan was using it, so he had to go to a different one. So he'll be back. Yeah. He'll be back.
Tell me if you guys are getting tired of this looping Rachmaninoff. I'm not, but if you get tired, I'll switch the music. I just think this is the right vibe. Okay. Look at me being self-conscious, bringing in Leo's ways.
Actually, the funny thing about that, he's totally new now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is it here about this Leo Ziva character?
That's right. You've heard it. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Leo Ziva, no longer self-conscious. So, you must have just picked up where he left off.
I like it. So all that self-conscious energy is coming on to me now instead. Okay. No,
sorry.
I don't think that's how it works, actually. I'm just trying to make connections. Okay. Back to the presentation. I don't want to bore you guys too much. I want to move it. Let's move it quickly. Look, there it goes, my self-consciousness again. Okay. We're on the right thing. Okay, there we go. Mark David Chapman, a strange fellow. Chapman's stated reasons for killing changed frequently. Sometimes he said he saw Lennon as a phony, I think influenced from Catcher in the Rye. Sometimes he wanted to kill political people, and anyway, I don't know. But he stated when he was about to do the killing. He also, supposedly, he was going to do it like a week earlier or something, and didn't. Supposedly his wife knew of his plans, but didn't think he would actually do it. But the day of, when he did it, he said he heard a voice in his head saying over and over, do it, do it, do it, do it. It's very scary. There's this Catcher in the Rye connection. Some people like to badmouth The Catcher in the Rye. The Catcher in the Rye was one of my favorite books. People see Holden Caulfield very differently. Different perspectives, that's fine. But there is an interesting connection. John Hinckley Jr., who attempted to assassinate Reagan, he also was found with a copy of The Catcher in the Rye. There was strange behavior around and before the assassination, just like Sirhan Sir. I think that's not his name. I think that copied his one name twice. I don't know. Either way, he's the one that assassinated Robert F. Kennedy. Not the new one, the old one. Now, some people say, I don't like to get too deep into MK Ultra because some people take it pretty far, but MK Ultra were some real mind control experiments the CIA did and could perhaps have continued. And there are strange triggers and strange connections with some of these things. So I'm just asking the question, MK Ultra connection, we don't know. Chapman was originally in the trial to plead not guilty. but curiously later changed his plea, saying God had told him to plead guilty. So it could be, case of schizophrenia, voices in head, things like that. I'm not saying Chapman didn't fire. I'm not saying Chapman didn't kill him. I'm just raising questions about why was there a CIA doorman around him. Some more inconsistencies before we go into the activism of why would they want to assassinate John Lennon? He's just a Beatle. Is this boring, you guys? Am I taking too long?
At this point, I gotta know what happens.
Okay.
What's missing?
Okay. No actual witnesses to the shooting. As they were walking in and Yoko Ono was ahead of John Lennon, he was shot and Lennon cried out, "I'm shot." Jose Perdomo, I probably keep saying his name wrong, was the one who told police, as I mentioned, it was Chapman. And when the police arrived, Chapman was not even holding the gun, as they say that he kicked it. That's possible, though, because they could have tried to disarm him. I mean, naturally. This is where it gets interesting. Bullet wounds and angles. The famous angles of bullets. Chapman says he shot Lennon 4 times in the back. The death certificate that can be found online says Lennon was shot 2 times in the left shoulder, 2 times in the chest. Doesn't necessarily specify from front or back. Interestingly, the surgeon and 2 nurses who tried to save his life, they say he was shot 4 times in the upper chest from the front with exit wounds in the back. Interesting. Inconsistent bullet entries and areas. Autopsy and forensics were never made public. No further investigation was made after Chapman pleaded guilty, naturally. It seemed like a pretty clear case. This is interesting. Lennon's will stated that he wanted to be buried. Instead, he was quickly cremated the very next day. No funeral for the Beatles fans to come and see him. Now, maybe Yoko Ono and they just wanted a small thing. They didn't want to make a fuss about it. But I find it interesting that his wishes were denied. This is him walking on water here. Now you ask, why would they want to kill John Lennon? Well, this is where it gets interesting, my friends. In the 1970s, Lennon became active in anti-war and peace movements. He was doing interviews for leftist magazines. He was trying to help some guy that was there was somebody that was jailed for marijuana possession, and he had a big part in getting him released, I guess. I think at least with drumming up public support. You have to think, people don't... I mean, I didn't live in this time either, but back in this day, the Beatles were so big, and Lennon was the most politically active. He had a huge influence on people, just as maybe you could imagine Taylor Swift having an influence, but I think maybe even bigger than that. But I don't want to anger Taylor Swift fans. Perhaps she has just as much influence as John Lennon. I simply don't know. And this is legitimate here. According to FBI surveillance reports, Lennon was sympathetic to International Marxist Group and other left-wing organizations. What I meant to say was legitimate was the FBI was surveilling him during this time. Lennon was also organizing a U.S. tour to unite young voters. What he saw was the apathy. He wanted, especially he was making, I think, something against Reagan at the time. But he did cancel these tour plans because Bob Dylan dropped out. I think there were some concerns that there might be, with some of the people they were involved with, were maybe too violent or maybe a little too militant. So there's multifaceted plans, but also a big reason the Nixon administration began efforts to deport him, after which he canceled plans for the tour. Here, we know that J. Edgar Hoover's FBI kept files on Lennon. We know that, quote, Nixon believed that Lennon's anti-war activities could cost him his re-election. Senator Strom Thurmond suggested that, quote, deportation would be a strategic countermeasure. The next month, U.S. immigration began deportation proceedings. And now at this time, we also have quotes on Lennon on his surveillance. You can find video of this. I believe it's in the new documentary 1-to-1, John and Yoko. I also saw it in some other documentary. You can probably find it online too. I didn't want to use the video as I didn't want to get copyright stricken by YouTube. But quotes. These are some quotes here. John, how do I talk like John Lennon? Cry, baby, cry. John Lennon, oh, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, just forget it. I know the difference between the phone being normal when I... That's not how John Lennon talks. I know the difference between the phone being normal when I pick it up and when every time I pick it up, there's a lot of noises. I just know there's a lot of repairs going on in the cellar of the Dakota building. Too many people were coming to fix my phones. The administration was coming for me one way or the other. I mean, they were harassing me. I'd open the door and there'd be guys standing on the other side of the street. I'd get out of a car and they'd be following me in a car, not even hiding. These are known activities from the government. I believe them. Some say he could be paranoid on drugs, but he never had any other type of paranoid things like this. I believe he made these statements just around this era. Are you getting a little bit weirded out by this case yet? I don't know. Now you say, well, why 1980? A lot of his activism was in the early to mid 70s. Well, before return. Lennon and Ono had just released the new album, Double Fantasy. After he was being a, quote, house husband for a few years, he was set to reemerge in the public eye. Reagan had just been elected a month prior, and his vice president Bush, curiously enough, former director of the CIA. Now, I'm not saying they had anything to do with it. I know I'm making some stretches here. I don't want to make a bad name for conspiratorialists. Like I said, I'm presenting the facts. You be the judge. But this administration was known to be involved in shady activity. The potential prolonging of the Iranian hostage crisis so that hostages were released minutes after Reagan's inauguration, rather than under Carter's to help with Reagan's election. So if Carter had the hostage release, would it change things? I don't know. The administration, though, did secretly sell arms to Iran. You can read all here. Basically, the Contra affair. They funded the Contra rebels fighting the Sandinista government in Nicaragua, defying a congressional ban. So they went against Congress. They went against the supposed law of the United States to do what they wanted. And Bush had connections to the CIA. We all know this. Were they threatened by Lennon? I don't know, because he wasn't really on the scene that much. So yeah, I will admit it gets a bit of a stretch here, but these are the facts. Conclusion, as I say, you be the judge and jury. Listen to Leonidas, Judge and Jury, available now on all major streaming platforms. As I said, odd discrepancies, nothing totally conclusive. Was Chapman a patsy? Did he fire? Did Jose Perdermo fire shots from the front? Who knows? Were there multiple shooters, as I said? Was it? Who knows? Would the government still care? Who knows? I've already raised these questions. Knowing the US government, anything is possible. But what do you think? And that's my presentation. Thank you. Stop the music. Okay. That's what I got for you. I mean, I didn't mention that. Oh, sorry. I didn't mention this 'cause I didn't want to trash Yoko Ono. Yoko Ono, some guy moved in the very next day and was like wearing John Lennon's clothes and stuff. It was very strange. But maybe she just was like mourning. Anyway, what were you going to say, Phil? I'm sorry.
There's weird ways to grieve, sure. I was going to say, I definitely think the U.S. government is big enough to make anything, almost anything happen. Hollywood type stuff. I mean, they're too big to fail, if you ask me.
Yeah. Talk about that. Yeah. It could have just been Chapman, a crazed fan. It could have been something more nefarious. It could have been something, some people have actually said that there was like an older plan when he was more active and that like a MK Ultra cell was reactivated like in 1980. Like, I guess with Chapman, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. If you look in Chapman's history, he doesn't really, like if you look at Lee Harvey Oswald, there's strange connections to the government. Chapman doesn't really have that as much. Supposedly some people have said there's connections to MK Ultra with him, but I couldn't find anything reliable. Anyway. Oh, wow.
But that's how they get it.
Maybe
you eliminate all of the data. See, you're good at data. If there's no data, we got nothing, no knowledge.
Exactly. We can't make, even if we would like there to be conspiracies because it seems cool, we can't make the connections that aren't there. We can just present the facts.
Mm-hmm.
These things were heavily researched. I tried to make sure everything was as accurate as I could. Albatross, what did you think? Oh man, I think there's some shady shit going on around here, man. Al, with your incredible knowledge, do you have any insight that you could provide that wasn't provided already?
Well, Leo, I mean, I should say Nate Superfly. I apologize. I'm used to saying, well, Leo, almost as an automatic response. I believe your government is just like mine, the alien nation. Conrad certainly has been up to some nefarious shit. I wouldn't be surprised if your government does the same.
Sadly,
You don't think they're working together? Interplanetary governments?
oh damn. I've got to look into this. I've got to hack into some stuff. I've got to see if there's connections here. You just opened up a whole wormhole for me, Philip Meisner.
Ooh, that's what I'm good for.
That's... If they're working together, we're gonna need some extra security measures. Skunk Ape's cloaking mechanism can work well enough, but if they're working with the US government and the alien nation, they can combine their powers and technology. Ooh, that could be dangerous.
Talk about it. Well, that's all we got. Thanks for having me on the show, guys. Thanks for teleporting me back. I'm just going to be chilling, I guess, in the Total Insanity Studios till I can have my name cleared, because otherwise, they're gonna come down and just try to capture me back again. So I got to lay low under the cloaking of Skunk Ape Stream. Skunk Ape, you're not here, but thanks, man, for cloaking. Thanks for cloaking me. Okay, well, I wanted to say hi to Leo, but he's not around, so I gotta get going. Anyway.
Do you really got to go? I think he'll be back soon. I mean,
yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. I was teleported to the mainframe, Now I gotta go to the bathroom.
right.
What can I say?
It's probably been months. Yeah.
But while we do that, I'll just I'll kick it to you, Phil.
Cool. Man, all that stuff about the Beatles. The perfect cover up too, because like it's like they're such a big celebrity. All people might care about is the songs. Great songs, no doubt about it. And then you hear this tragedy, his death out of the sudden, way earlier, way before his time, and it's like you don't want it to be true. You don't want it to be a plot, a ploy. Oh, hey.
What the heck? What were you talking about?
I was talking about the assassination, death or assassination, perhaps, of John Lennon.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. I heard the presentation from outside. I didn't want to... Once I heard a presentation going on, I didn't want to... You know how, like, there's, like, classical music performances and they keep the doors closed, like, you can't go in
Right.
until...
You
I
saw
didn't
the
want
red
to
light
disturb the presentation. I thought you were giving another presentation.
Yeah.
Are you...
I mean, it was good.
Wait, was it Nate doing it?
Oh, you didn't see him on the way out? He just went where? He went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I thought you were right there.
We'll see each other sometime, I guess. We must have just missed each other. It's stuff works like that sometimes. Whatever. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad. I'll catch up on the replay. I'll see what he was talking about.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty interesting.
Okay. Cool.
Do you know anything about that? I'd never heard some of that stuff.
John Lennon assassination?
Yeah. I mean, I knew he got killed, but obviously, unfortunately. But I didn't know there was discrepancies.
Yeah, I had always just taken the story as they said because it seemed pretty clear cut.
Right.
And then I had once heard that the doorman was involved with the government, but it wasn't until recently I found out that there was actually legit connections to some weird stuff. Anyway, the doorman, he's never been interviewed. Oh, there's documentaries where they interviewed the doctors and they interviewed the door people. That doorman has never said a word. I think he's died now. This is so much about death this episode. Asbestos Albatross is dead. Anyway, whatever. It's the winter. It's when the trees are dead. They're not dead, they're just in hibernation. Okay.
The leaves are dead.
But I didn't want to interrupt you if you were still in like mid-sentence, Phil. I'm sorry.
No, the only thing I'm going to add is that actually the leaves that fall under a tree fall apart and become nutrients in the soil for the tree. I don't know why I'm continuing with that line of thinking, but
dude, there's so many leaf blowers all the time in neighborhoods, and it's like, dude, if you let the leaves stay, they could have refreshed the ground, the soil in the spring as it grows beautiful grass. But
well, that's literally what happens. Like, obviously, it needs nutrients to make the leaves in the first place. So
yeah,
they die, they fall down, they become carbon, and it sinks into the soil. They reuse that, but once you get rid of the leaves, trees can't use those nutrients anymore.
I know. It's the circle of life, and they're interrupting the circle of life. It's the circle of life.
It's become more of an ellipse.
True. Dude, it's already about time to end the show, isn't it? Okay. Well, dude, that presentation was a bit of time, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I guess, what did we learn today? I think there's a lot of things we could say we learned today. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll be honest. There's one thing I wish I had learned that I didn't learn.
Yes.
What would Nate have done with infinite money?
Oh, dude, we forgot to ask.
You know, because I bet you that he could get some real deep cut information on that assassination.
Dang, I forgot to ask him. Well, I didn't see him, but
I'll just assume he would probably want like hacking gear or computers or like Bitcoin.
Knowing
or
Nate, he is my alter ego. Let me if I can. Knowing Nate.
Is that like the opposite of what you had wanted?
I think with infinite money, what did I want again? I already forgot. I wanted the Russian Matryoshka doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate would want the opposite. Nate would want to pull back the shells of all of the government systems, of all of the, until he could get to the core, beyond even the mainframe, the core kernel brain of the whole apparatus. Kernel. Kernal. If you've ever seen a computer kernel panic, that's deep. That's deep in the computer.
I have.
Anyway. Okay. What did I learn today? Don't go to the bathroom for so long.
Or at an inopportune time. I mean, you knew we had a show.
Dude, I know.
But like I said,
I should have went before. And then I was just like waiting because I didn't want to interrupt the presentation. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Albatross, what did you learn? I learned that the U.S. government's more nefarious than even I realized. Okay. I guess you don't know that much being a bird. You're kind of learning about human culture too, but you've at least been on Earth. Well, yeah, of course. I'm not like Al. Al A. I'm Al B. I'm freaking cool, man. Not that you're not cool. I didn't mean to insult you.
Don't you ever call me not cool, man. That's not cool.
That's not cool.
What did I learn today? I learned that Nate's a pretty cool guy.
Okay. These are light lessons, Phil. Do you have anything that you learned? Or did you already say it? Am I forgetting things?
Actually, one thing I only said what I thought I should have learned, but I didn't actually learn. I learned that Nathaniel Superfly had students. I don't know if he really did, but maybe he did. Maybe there's like a network. I don't know. I just assumed that like he wasn't teaching, but people were learning from him. Maybe that's what he meant.
I have a feeling he might have like hacker students that he teaches.
Right.
Like, obviously not at university, but I don't know if they do it through. I don't know what the kids are doing these days. Telegram, Discord. I don't know.
Probably Discord.
Things like that. What's Telegram for? I don't know.
Maybe Substack.
Substack. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Dang. I just know. I was gonna say forums, but that's old. That's old news, man. The Weezer. It's amazing that the Weezer forums still exist. they've kept going strong.
That's true. I mean, I think you got like, I don't want to say older people, but that's like an older band. So of course you're going to have people who used forms initially just maintain that technology level.
True. I forgot. I like literally mid-sentence forgot what we were talking about and then just said true. That's my brain right now. Because I'm reading chat. I can only read so many comments at a time. And sometimes I want to read chat. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm reading the chat now, and that's very funny.
Why, that's Yoko? I know there's... Okay, let's address Yoko for a second. I know we'll go a couple minutes over. Yoko traditionally was blamed for like breaking up the Beatles, which is not true at all. If you look into the history, it's simply not true.
What was the other thing too? John Lennon said, "If something happens to me and Yoko, you know it was the CIA or whatever." But Yoko's still around.
Exactly. Once you look into Yoko, like Yoko acts weird sometimes. Like the fact that she comes into the studio and just sits there next to John Lennon and doesn't say anything all day. Like that's a little odd, but I don't want to be mean about that.
You could just have like a shy.
I was watching the Get Back documentary. There's like hours. And I think there was an unhealthy codependency between both of them. They like wanted to be together like all the time and like couldn't. I actually started looking into some weird stuff in later life of John Lennon where there was a time when him and Yoko were on the rocks.
Wow.
Yoko told him, and see, Yoko told him to date her personal assistant. Because I think she thought that John was going to cheat on her anyway. So like, or I don't know if that's even true. It gets weird because how do you know about their relationship? This is like things, but the point is, this woman named, I forgot her name, but they quote The Lost Weekend. It was 2 years where he separated from Yoko and was with this girl and went to LA. What's interesting though, is when he was with Yoko, Beatles broke up. He wasn't really doing much music besides with her. Once he separated from Yoko with May Pang, I think that's the girl. He reconnects with Paul McCartney. He reconnects with other music. He starts making multiple albums. He gets way more like creative. But that's not to be like, I don't want to blame that on it. See, I didn't want to talk. I don't want to trash Yoko. Anyway, I'm not really trashing her. I'm just saying things. Then they get back together. Yoko gives him an ultimatum. Like, if you want to get back with me, you have to do these things. But I think he was going to buy a house with May Pang. Yoko beckoned him back to go to this is actually true, to get hypnotized to quit smoking. After he goes back to get hypnotized to quit smoking, he immediately breaks off the relationship with May Pang. He immediately returns to Yoko. But May Pang was too young. She was like a younger person. I think he wanted to go back to Yoko. This is just me talking to myself now. It just gets weird. And then later in life, him and Yoko, I think, still had problems sometimes, but it just seemed like he wanted to be. He called Yoko Ono mother sometimes, like his mother died. He definitely wanted like a maternal figure that could almost, I think, like she took care of all the business stuff and could like discipline him in a way, I think. And I don't know if that's like quite it, because John was also feisty. He didn't do things he didn't want to do either. You can't blame stuff on Yoko and not blame stuff on John either. But Yoko she was an artist of the Fluxus movement. She came from a very wealthy Japanese financial family.
Fluxus?
Yeah.
What the flux is that?
Fluxus was like a second coming of Dada. Have you ever heard of Fluxus?
Huh.
I guess not. Fluxus, they did like happenings. They did like weird art stuff.
I have heard of the happenings.
To me, it was kind of like conceptual art at the beginning of like modern day conceptual art.
All right.
And then to me, conceptual art got stale. And then I would tell all the professors in my schools that did that. And then they would naturally get defensive about it. And I didn't have better art yet. Anyway, okay. We're getting off topic. That's my Yoko Ono talk. Either way, reportedly Yoko Ono was devastated, of course, when John Lennon was shot. They still lived. She didn't move out of the apartment. Some people are like, wouldn't she have moved out? I don't know. They still lived there. I don't know if she still lives there to this day, but she lived there for a long time. And supposedly, just not to badmouth John, she was supposedly cheating on John with some other guy. They had a very, like, I don't know how healthy their relationship was. Anyway. Because it seems, they make it seem like it was all, oh, we're completely in love. Maybe for some of the time, but they had some, anyway. Okay. Have I gone on too long?
Yes, Leo. Yes, you have.
No, I don't think so. So we have two differing opinions. Okay. Well, Phil,
Yes, Leo.
nice goggles. Wanted to say so.
Thank you.
Anything?
Well, Nate liked him too because it was important that he said that the main frame is really bright, and so
Yeah.
having proper eyewear
Dude, oh my
is
God.
really important. Do you remember?
Do you know how bright it was in that flashing? This can be watched. Total Insanity Retrospective available now on YouTube. Do you realize how bright it was when I went through the mainframe and it was like that white room and cat dog or dog? Yeah, cat dog. Is it dog cat or cat dog? Cat dog's the Nickelodeon. I get it mixed up now. Dog cat appeared to me.
Yeah.
Hard to see. But once they kind of appeared, they like lowered the lights a bit, I guess, for my human eyes, and then it was okay. But I worry about. I got to use earplugs at concerts. If I go through the mainframe again, I got to make sure I have my sunglasses.
Yeah.
My Leo Ziva sunglasses, wherever they may be.
There wasn't
They're
any like dust in there, was there? I'm
Dust?
always curious about just like electronic atoms and stuff flying around. The kind of thing that give you a corneal abrasion. I'm just
There's not a ton of dust because it's a lot of like beyond the material plane. But I think when you're getting sucked in and out, those are the times that are the most tricky because it's like that's when you're going between the immaterial and the material,
because you're
And-
there,
and all this dust gets swept
so
up.
something else must have been pulled in with it.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Well-
not necessarily. I'm not sure how clean the transfer was, but
I think these glasses protect me a little bit, almost as goggles. But they let things. Sometimes things go. Seem like they go into the sides. That's it. There's like an air suck. Anyway.
I know what you're
Chat.
talking about.
Chat. Thanks for chatting today. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay. I guess I was gonna ask you if you had anything more to say, but
No, I'm all set, man. I think we got a good show,
Yeah.
and
okay.
listen to all the music.
Yeah. State of the show. The art. State of the art. State of the art.
The state of the art show.
I like that we're getting everything back. We got Al back. We got Phil on. We got Skunk Ape Portal. We got Albatross back. And we got Nate back. Ready to go full gear. And with that, I think
That's about it.